Happy Tuesday. It's vlog time. Hadn't done one in a while, so I think it's time to do one. Let's go outside. You want to? Now we're outside. It's nice out today. It's a little hot, but it's nice. Get outside and enjoy it while you can. Summer's going to be gone really soon. Okay, so you're going to ask me why I'm wearing this hat. I like my fedora. I don't get to wear it much. I'm wearing it today. So I know I haven't done a vlog in a week or so, and I'm slowing down. I'm maybe creatively I needed some new ideas, and I'm going to do that. I'm kind of limited on what I can do right now. I have to sort of stay in the general area, but I wanted to come on here today and talk about some stuff I've been seeing on social media. And I usually don't let stuff like that bother me, but what I've been seeing in the last week or so has really been bothering me. Probably in the last month or so. And it has to do with the hurricanes and the earthquake that was down in Mexico like a couple weeks ago, and then of course all the really bad fires out west in Montana, California, places like that. I want to address those issues today. Now, I'm not an expert on none of them, believe me. I'm just going to tell you what I do know, okay? So there are two different groups of people who are addressing these situations in totally different perspectives. On the one side, you have the people who think that the hurricanes and the earthquake and the fires are being caused by God because it's almost rapture time, that it's almost the end of days. This is the sign. And I told you I'm a devout Christian, and I am. And I've read a good deal of the Bible, and I've read Revelations, and I'm not sure how this equates to Revelations, but anyway. And then there's the other side who thinks that the hurricanes and the earthquake and the fires are due because the government, that it's climate change, it's because we burnt holes in the ozone, we're having all these hurricanes, and that we're fracking and drilling into the earth causing these earthquakes, and we're deforesting our forests and that's causing fires. I'm not really sure what deforest means, but it's just what I read. So I'm going to address this, and I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon on either side, and what I say is not, you can look it up yourself, okay? So let's start with hurricanes. I'm going to tell you something about hurricanes that you might not know. Don't tell anybody else. This is something you may not know about hurricanes. It's very important that you know this. Did you know there is a hurricane season? Did you know that? There's a hurricane season. Starts on June the 1st, ends on November the 30th. 6 months. It's hurricane season. Did you know that? I'm sure you did know that. So that's probably why we're having some hurricanes. It's hurricane season. Now, granted, it's been more active this year than the last few years. The Hurricane Prediction Center, they predicted like 9 to 10 named storms this year. But we're still getting hurricanes. We're dealing with another one right now. But this is not another hurricane video, by the way. You know what to do. Most hurricanes start as a wave from the Cape of Africa. It travels through the ocean. It turns into a tropical wave, a tropical depression, a tropical storm. It gets named, and it turns into a hurricane. It keeps building and building and building. Some hurricanes actually develop in the Gulf. So we've had two major hurricanes hit the East Coast this year. Well, we had one hit the East Coast, and we had one hit in the Gulf of Mexico. It hit Texas and hit Houston, and then just a week or two ago, Irma hit South Florida and came all the way up through Florida and really made a mess of things. I mean, here we got some rain and wind here. There was some flooding and stuff. We really missed the brunt of all that, but thank goodness we did. But it's hurricane season. That's why we're having hurricanes. Now, if we were getting hurricanes in March or April, I'd probably be worried, but we're not. I even read somewhere where somebody said the reason we're having these hurricanes is because the government is dropping these big water balloon bombs in the ocean, and it causes hurricanes. If you've read that somewhere, will you comment below and tell me? Because I don't know what that is. I've never heard of a water balloon bomb. Not saying it couldn't be done, but I don't know why we would do that. I need to shave. Whew, bad. Okay, so now, hurricanes. Is it because of the rapture, or is it because of climate change and water balloon bombs? I don't think either one of them can carry the hurricane. Hurricanes are happening because it's hurricane season. Okay, let's address earthquakes. There was a pretty big earthquake down in Mexico a couple weeks ago. It was a loss of life, and it was a lot of damage and stuff, and it was just terrible. Earthquakes are an anomaly for sure. I mean, we've had earthquakes here in North Carolina as recent as just a couple years ago. We had one up in the mountains. It wasn't like a big earthquake or anything, but there again, the people over here are saying we're having these earthquakes because it's the end of time. It's the rapture. The people over here are saying we're having the earthquakes because we're fracking and drilling. Now, if you don't know what fracking is, that means you drill down into some rock and you find natural gas. Google it. I mean, we've been fracking for a while, but I'm not sure fracking is causing earthquakes. And I'm going to tell you why I think that. One of the biggest earthquakes that was ever recorded was in 1906. It hit the San Francisco Bay Area. It was a 7.8 earthquake on the Richter scale. There's like a big tractor coming down the road. Anyhow, hang on just a minute. This is really going to blow me up in noise. Okay, it was like a big tractor spraying or something, and I knew it would just blow me up in noise. But anyhow, 1906, big earthquake in San Francisco, the Bay Area. It just decimated San Francisco. There was over 3,000 people lost their life. It was a 7.8, and it was called a Mauritius or I don't know, but it meant a devastating earthquake. Now, we were probably drilling for oil in 1906, but I'm pretty sure we weren't fracking, and I'm pretty sure we weren't drilling for oil in the San Francisco Bay Area. So I'm going to tell you why I think there was an earthquake in San Francisco in 1906. This is something you may not know too. Because they live close to the San Andreas fault, a fault line. That's why. So, it's when the earth has like those shelves. You learn this in school, right? And they sit there in the fault line, and the fault line gets angry, and it starts sliding and moving, and all that stuff. Comes another car. Bad part about having a vlog on the front porch is traffic. But anyway, you know how earthquakes work. But that's why it happened in 1906. So, did earthquake, they happen because of revelations, the rapture, or does it happen because of fracking and well drilling? Pretty sure neither. All right, quickly we'll get to the last one, the big fires that's been going on out in the west, San Francisco, California, and like Montana, places like that, having really big forest fires. And I use California as an example. I started watching this show on Netflix last week, and I only watched the first season. I think it's called Fire Chasers, and it talks about the firefighters in California. These guys are bad. I mean, these guys are just like superheroes. They 8 of them get into a modified Black Hawk helicopter, and when they get a call, they fly out to a field or whatever that's on fire, and they jump out of this helicopter, and they got like shovels and rakes and a chainsaw, and they fight the fire. The helicopter supports them with water drops, but it's crazy. These guys they're badass, okay? But they also have a fire season. Now, I don't know the exact time they have a fire season, but California is a typically dry state. They don't get much water. So when they get a thunderstorm, a lot of times that's how a fire starts, was a lightning strike. But the biggest way a fire starts is not from deforesting. I'm pretty sure deforesting means we're cutting all the timber down or something. I don't know. But if we cut all the timber down, there's nothing to burn. Anyway, so mainly how a fire starts is due to the human hand. Campers who get negligent and start a fire and let it get out of control. Somebody who's burning maybe some brush or something and lets it get out of control. And there are fire bans all over California, and they tell you can't burn right now, but people do it anyway. They're stupid. It causes $1 million of damage and loss of property, loss of life. So that's how it happens. It's not because, and I don't think it's because of the rapture or revelation or deforesting, whatever deforesting means. I'm not really sure. If you know what that means, comment below. I don't think it has anything to do with either one. I'm not jumping on the bandwagon for either one, and I am a Christian, very much so, but I don't believe it's revelations. If you've never read the Bible, I've read some of the Bible, probably 70%, 75%. I hadn't read it all, and I jumped around, but I did read the book of Revelation, and I didn't say nothing about hurricanes. I mean, I read some stuff in there to scare you, but I don't think it starts that way. But so I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon on either one of them. But people would get on Facebook and put stuff and say they have an explanation for everything. Well, here's my explanation. It's hurricane season. Earthquakes do happen from time to time. And if you knew how to build a fire and kept it in control, or if it told you not to do a fire, then don't do a damn fire, that's what would happen. There are some people out there who want to find a reason for everything and blow it up to no end because they got nothing better to do. I don't know, this was a long vlog, wasn't it? Have a great day. I promised you guys a cooking demo. I think I'm going to do that tomorrow, I promise. I've been a little bit under the weather, but I'm back. I'm going to shave too before then. I look pretty rough. Anyhow, you guys have a good day. I'll talk to you soon.